Thank you very much for my colleagues speaking about the recent ruling of the court. My name is Naqib Sarwary, and I was a refugee claimant crossing through the Roxham Road from the United States to Canada. And I did choose Roxham Road even then, and now more so. Now it's more complicated, but even then because of the Safe Third Country Agreement. The Safe Third Country Agreement, as you all know, bars refugees from making asylum claim in Canada if they enter to the United States first. And today's ruling has left me deeply disappointed, but as Katie mentioned, hopeful as well, and the fight will continue in the future. I feel like organizations like Amnesty International and the Canadian Council for Refugees will continue the fight, and there are a lot of Canadians who I have met myself through my experience of coming to Canada have shown me that this is home, that you are welcomed in this country, and that shows the majority of Canadians are welcoming refugees. I also spoke to some of the people who helped me as I was crossing the border through Roxham Road a few years ago, and they are also very disappointed about the situation. And they were saying that a lot of refugees, this will not stop refugees from crossing the border, because people who travel thousands of miles to make it to Canada seeking a safe home will continue to do so regardless of the Safe Third Country Agreement. The only thing that will be that it will put them in further danger as they cross through unofficial ports of entry, through farmers' fields, and through relying on smugglers. In my mind this morning, as I was just hearing the news of the ruling, comes people with disabilities, people who do not speak any of the languages, people who have a hard time, doesn't know anybody in either sides of the border. I was particularly thinking of a family that I traveled with when I was coming to Canada, a family with 2 kids who were crying behind the car as I was sitting with them. And people like that who even enter the Canada within the 14 days period, I'm thinking what they will do within the 14 days as they cross into Canada. Because it's hard for a refugee when it's your first time coming into the country to know who is a friend and who is going to turn you to the police within 14 days. So even if they know that Amnesty International and the Canadian Council for Refugees have taken the case to the court to fight for it, to open it, they may not feel safe to reach out to refugee helping organizations within 14 days. What if a mom is pregnant and needs care to go to the hospital? Maybe they will not seek that treatment within the 14 days because they do not feel safe of being returned to the United States. In addition to that, even if refugees make it, within the 14 days, they will not have a place to stay. Nobody will rent them a home. They will not be able to get a hotel because they don't have any documentations, if some of them don't. And all of these things put people in harm's way. I believe that the closed borders kill people and that it should be open to all refugees seeking asylum to Canada. Canada has been a beacon of hope for myself. It has been home for myself over the past few years, and I hope that it will remain open to all other refugees who make the crossing. Thank you.
Thank you very much.